York, a small rural residential community just 60 miles outside of New York City. I want to thank Delaware Riverkeeper, judges, and all of you testifying, and I want to start out by saying, we stand with Standing Rock.
Yes!
Because we're all victims of government abuse and government overreach. And you know what? This has been going on for 500 years, right? What they're experiencing today, what we're all experiencing now, is exactly what they experienced 500 years ago. So we have to keep that all in mind. In 2012, FERC approved a dangerous 12,000 horsepower gas compressor station to be built within our bucolic community by the Millennium Pipeline Company, with a long history of safety violations. The station was built on a National Historic Site farm in the middle of a populated residential neighborhood surrounded by organic and dairy farms, with several homes a mere 600 feet away. The project was approved despite 600 substantive comments, dozens of expert reports and scientific studies, after exposing numerous errors, omissions, and misrepresentations in the company's statement, after documenting fraud, lack of need, and the existence of a viable and less harmful alternative. It was still approved. While these facilities don't belong in any town, it was especially egregious considering some unique attributes of Nipissing, which is nicknamed the town of guns and hoses due to the large number of police officers and firefighters who serve the New York City metro region, who live there. It's also the reason we are home to a large number of 9/11 first responders, many who are suffering from related illnesses, and some who moved to the area per medical advice to live in a pristine environment. Faced with the prospect of exposure to 60,000 tons of annual greenhouse gas emissions, along with 400 tons of toxic chemicals, our community had engaged the process fully and faithfully, only to find that the regulatory review is rigged in favor of these billion-dollar companies with a shameful sense of entitlement. The project became operational in 2013, and since then, our community lives with frequent blowdown events in which large releases of gas fill the air with noxious odors. These events are usually followed by reports of headaches, nausea, nosebleeds, and breathing difficulties by residents. In 2014, a team of scientists tested our air quality and found PM 2.5 levels, that's particulate matter readings, at 300 to 500 micrograms per cubic meter. That's 20 times the safe limit for human health. They also conducted health surveys and found high ratios of impacts. For example, in a group of 12 children, 6 had begun getting nosebleeds, including my own daughter, and this is a picture of her after an emissions event. You can see that. I also have trouble breathing as a result. And finally, many families have been forced to flee. Nick Russo, a 9/11 first responder with lung damage, whose home was across the street from the station, was forced to leave. And a family of 6 was forced to walk away from their $450,000 American dream home, which still sits empty today. And this is a picture of their home. Still empty after about 2 years. My neighbor, Robin Freund, a widow who lost her husband on 9/11, whose home abuts the facility, is terrorized every day knowing that it can explode at any time. By 2015, she had lost 4 young therapy animals and now lives in fear of the health impacts on her and her family. Now, as the company plans yet more expansions, we are a community under siege, held hostage by FERC's excessive and abusive powers. I would like to note that right now there's an energy bill called S 2012, which is being pushed to Obama's desk, that would grant FERC even greater powers. This would be absolutely catastrophic for communities, human health, and the environment. And we, along with 200 organizations around the country, are asking Obama not to sign it. So I hope you join me in that request. And I have copies of the letter if anybody wants it. And you know, we're all, everybody's front yard, everybody's backyard is connected. And we're connected by the pipelines that poison us, that terrorize us, but we're also connected by our common humanity. So I'm very proud to stand with all of you. Thank you.